Yesterday, I posted a video of how Senator Natasha Akpoti, fled up just because of a seat change. A seat was changed and she refused to occupy the new seat, but instead, took her name tag from the newly allocated seat and then went back to her old seat. And then when the clerk of her house, made it a point of order that, she should go back to her newly allocated seat, she refused and insisted, flaring up and accusing Akpabio of all sorts of things. For example, like trying to silence her, not giving her opportunity to address the house. Number two, not even allowing all of the bills that she has tried to bring up at the level of her house to pass the second reading. According to her, none of her bills have even gotten to the second reading just because of a nightclub comment that Akpabio made, which Nigerians made him to apologize for thereafter. A lot of reactions have, crop up concerning what happened yesterday at the floor of a plenary. Some, on the other hand, believe that Akpoti should have conducted herself in an organized manner, or in a civilized manner, rather. And while on the other hand, a lot of people are also blaming Senator Akpabio, saying this is not the first time that he's having an altercation with Senator Natasha, that what really is the problem here. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Like this video, also leave your opinions in the comments section below as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Women groups from the 6 states of the Niger Delta region has warned the senator representing Kogi Central, Senatorial District of Kogi State, Senator Natasha Akpoti, to stop disgracing womanhood by her alleged gutter attitude purportedly displayed during plenary on Thursday. According to the women's group, though many accepted it during the time of former Kogi State, Yaya Bello, the woman of the Niger Delta will not accept the open display of disrespectful attitude towards their own, the Senate President Akpabio. The women group, under the aegis of Niger Delta Mothers for Good Governance, led by Comrade Alice Omovier, the open show of shame by Senator Natasha Akpoti will not be accepted, and she should tender unreserved apology to her father and leader, Senator Akpabio, on the frivolous allegations of sexual harassment leveled against the Senate President. Senator Natasha Akpoti has once again shown signs of admittance of guilt on her gross misconduct on the floor of her house. This is the fittest ploy by a disgraceful senator to bring to disrepute Senator Akpabio's sterling reputation as a senator. We, the women of the region, found the allegations as frivolous, a lie, and a ploy by Senator Natasha Akpoti to sway the Senate committee from investigating reasons for a shameful display and avoid disciplinary measures. As a so-called married woman and a mother of 8 children from different men, why didn't she report such frivolous allegations before now? It is a deliberate campaign of calumny against our Senate President. Also speaking, President Niger Delta Women for Tinubu, Mrs. Faith Adaga, cautioned Senator Natasha Akpoti from making statements and claims that would further rubbish her as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator Akpabio has shown charismatic leadership and has added to his antecedents as a leader from the Niger Delta region. Natasha and her sponsors should retrace their steps and ask her to apologize and allow the matter to rest. If investigative digging starts, images will be shattered and marriages may become a mirage. Another politician, Honorable Okoye Ayo, has condemned the open display of disgraceful attitude on the floor of her house and called on members of his constituency to call her to order to avoid a disgraceful ending in the National Assembly. What are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section. Who is to blame here? Do you think Akpabio is to blame, or do you think it's Senator Akpoti who shouldn't have exploded like that? Let me have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. It's obvious that this is a group that has been getting money from the Senate President for so long. They call themselves Women of Niger Delta, that their angle. It's just the angle they are coming from that I have a problem with. They are coming from the angle of, you cannot be talking to our father like that. He's one of us. You cannot be disrespecting one of us. If they had come from an angle of, oh, this is wrong, what she did, just logically, pointing out the fact that the way she carried on yesterday, or the way she went on with her outburst just wasn't right, I would have, understood. But here they are coming from the angle of, he's a Niger Delta person, he's one of us, this, that one, you cannot be talking to our father like that, that kind of thing. So, which is why I'm not going to, side with these people. Before we go, guys, let's just take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Nicola says, these so-called groups who are beggars of crumbs at politicians' table are the actual disgrace, not a woman of dignity who stood up for her rights against the bullying of a so-called political idiot. You see what I just said? This group, they are political beggars. They know that this is the time for them to stand up and at least do the work of the money they have been collecting all this while. That is why they are coming out to say all this nonsense they are talking about. Steven says, all those useless and jobless Ashewo will not allow someone to rest. Very foolish group. Hey, God, oh. Look at the angle this person is coming from. Bernard says, these Niger Delta women are not ashamed of their group. Why did the senator matter become a family or zona matter? I beg, let me ask them, when did it turn to a family matter? Because they're referring to Akpabio as their daddy, their father. This is not the first time that Mr. Akpabio have disrespected and embarrassed women, even when he was the minister of the Niger Delta. Where were you, the Niger Delta women? Better go back to your Niger Delta with your disgraceful Mr. Akpabio. Obasi Solomon says, stomach infrastructure women group, useless things. Is Natasha not your fellow woman? Go and contest for election and let's see how it goes. Not coming here with your empty threats. We have another comment from Anthony Okoye says, the group of women are jealous of your marriage and achievements. The lost women, Akpabio said so. Don't allow the past to control the future. Authority directives, informed directives and cordial relationship status matters. Yemi Obaro says, like I submitted earlier, Akpabio is just first among equal. He is just opportune to be the Senate president. Senator Natasha and the rest of the members are representatives of their respective constituency. Akpabio has a long history of public demeanor. He should be called to order, I want, before it will be too late. You those easy virtue of women, Niger Delta, it's unfortunate that the level of your faculty of reasoning confirm that. David says, why are we so forgetful? This same Senate president fought for the same cause in the 8th Senate. Did you ask Akpabio to apologize to the then Senate president, Bukola Saraki? Stop being an hypocrite. As the saying goes, what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Any day you are bullied by someone who thinks they own your life, don't stand for it. I love the fact that she did not stand for it. She stood up for herself, and which was right. This same Akpabio stood up for himself on this matter of change of seats. This same change of seats matter. He stood for himself when Bukola Saraki was the Senate president. Did they walk him out of the chamber? He was not walked out. And he was not even suspended. He was not asked to apologize. So what's the difference here? Like I said yesterday, I think that, when men do things, most people see it as normal. But when a woman does it, they will see it as what's effrontery, like what gods do you have? You're a woman. How can you be disrespecting a man? I just think it's the gender difference here and ego. Nothing more. It's a gender difference. If it were to be a man, I said it the same thing. If it were to be a man that insisted that he wasn't going to change the seats, it would not be worked out. Akpabio would just, have tried to undo it, settle the whole issue amicably. It wouldn't be sent out, but this is a woman that we are talking about. He thinks that it can intimidate her. He thinks that it can embarrass and humiliate her. He doesn't know that Nigerians are watching, and Nigerians, of course, have been, reacting to these issues since yesterday that it happened. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.